Chris, what is our second main topic today?
This is Luke Stockton writing in. There's a lot of excitement surrounding the upcoming Moonknight Disney Plus show, and I myself am thoroughly excited for it. Yesterday, it was reported by JoBlo that the first trailer hit 75 million views within the first 24 hours. Other than Falcon and Winter Soldier, this is the most viewed Marvel Disney Plus trailer in 24 hours yet. What does this tell you about the excitement level for this show, and why do we think it is this way? That a character not many know about is having so much excitement to have a show. Will the show live up to the anticipation?
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in, Luke. And listen, I gotta tell you, this is a number that came out that caught me by surprise. Now, I put up, I remember on my Twitter, before the Moon Knight trailer came out, I said, is it just me, or is this like the most hotly anticipated Disney Plus show, that at least from the Marvel end, that we've had yet? Like, I'm feeling a lot of excitement from people about this. And sure enough, the trailer comes out, and it has done dynamite business. Now, of course, we've already got people talking about, because once they cast Oscar Isaac in it, it was like, okay, you got our attention. And then Handsome Hawk, Ethan Hawke signed up for it. By the way, kudos to any of you who know that reference is from, for the Handsome Hawk reference. Like, big points to you if you know what that's from. But at any rate, Ethan Hawke signs up for it. A guy who a number of years ago said, comic book material's really not for me. Like, an actor, an Academy level actor, who has said comic book stuff isn't really for me, a script comes across his desk and says, oh yeah, I'll be in that comic book thing. Like, that then made a lot of people go, well, wait, what the hell did they got here? And then you felt this buildup. And then Moon Knight is a character most people had never even heard of, other than the ramblings of Robert Meyer Burnett going on about Moon Knight for years. Dude, I'll tell you what, when I was sitting in the auditorium at D23 a number of years ago, when they came out on stage, Kevin Feige came out on stage and he announced a bunch of shows coming, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel's coming. When they said Moon Knight, you could feel the tremor in the air from the erection that Robert Meyer Burnett was getting 55 miles away. You could feel it, because as soon as he said that, that's all anybody thought about was like, what is Robert Meyer Burnett doing right now that they announced a Moon Knight show?
I need Q-tips to wash my brain out right now. I cannot get that visual out of my head.
Oh my God.
Ray, work on that.
You're welcome, America.
Oh, graphic?
You're welcome.
I'm on it.
So there's this whole thing. But that even being said, I was still not prepared for how many people went and watched this thing. This comes to us from the folks at JoBlo, who wrote the following. As reported by The Hollywood Reporter, the viewing numbers for the Moon Knight trailer show that the Disney Plus Marvel series are growing in popularity as the movies did over their first decade of release. Loki and WandaVision pulled in 60 million and 52 million views in their first 24 hours of their trailers, while Hawkeye came in at 41.5 million views because their trailers were not any good. Sorry, don't want to bring up that debate again. All three shows featured characters well known to the MCU watchers, so the fact that Moon Knight's views are holding their own against those series is a solid indication of the anticipation surrounding the upcoming show. The only series ahead of Moon Knight in 24-hour views is the Falcon and Winter Soldier, which pulled in 125 million views, but that is because it premiered its trailer at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So you have WandaVision, Loki pulling in 60 million, 52 million, 41.5 million for the Hawkeye series, but 75 million views of the Moon Knight spot prior, only outdone by a show that dropped its trailer during the Super Bowl. That is ridiculously impressive. And here's the thing. I would normally say that I would attribute this to the fact that the Marvel shows are gaining popularity, right? But what out of that list that we just read had the lowest amount of trailer views? Hawkeye, the most recent one. So it's not just a matter of momentum. There is something special about this character, and I think this spot, because I think a lot of people saw the spot and then were like, we got to share this with our friends.
Yeah.
We got to tell our friends to go watch this. This looks pretty damn cool. And people went to go and they watched it and people liked it. I mean, again, I made a joke saying, come see the Moon Knight trailer with 1.5 seconds of Moon Knight in the trailer. I mean, that was my joke. But overall, the trailer is really good. It's enticing. It gets you hooked in. And a hell of a lot of people watch this. And it flies in the face of the general, thought that, well, this is an unknown character. Nobody at home knows who Moon Knight is. Hell, I go out on a limb and say 40% of regular comic book readers don't know who Moon Knight is.
Yep.
And so for this one to come out, this I believe is what's a good word to use about something that's like a 1 in a million thing that is, this won't be the regular thing, but whatever it is, an aberration. This might be something like this, but it is crazy. And I think it is just an indication of the hype that is going to be building up to this thing. We want to take a minute and thank the sponsors of this video, Liquid IV. Now listen, just one stick of Liquid IV added to 16 ounces of water will hydrate you faster and more efficiently than just water alone. It contains 5 essential vitamins like B3, B5, B6, B12, and of course vitamin C with 3 times the electrolytes as traditional sports drinks. And what makes Liquid IV so effective is the science of cellular transport technology, or CTT. You see, it's designed to enhance rapid absorption of water and other key ingredients into your bloodstream faster and more efficiently. It tastes great, and it's a great thing to take when you feel run down, you need your daily hydration boost, or even a little bit of hangover recovery. You know, Ann and I get up pretty early in the morning to go to the gym because we can't go to the gym at any other time during the day. And for the last couple of weeks, I have been drinking 1 full glass of water with Liquid IV, and all I can tell you is you can feel the difference during the workout. So go and grab Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code Campea at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use the promo code Campea, that's C-A-M-P-E-A, at liquidiv.com. Experience better hydration today when you go to liquidiv.com, and remember, use the promo code at checkout, Campea. Chris, you see these numbers, which are kind of crazy. 75 million, outdoing obviously Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and Hawkeye. What do you attribute this to, and do these numbers surprise you?
They do surprise me because a lot of people, even if you're a comic book fan, if you ask them, hey, what do you know about Moon Knight? A lot of times in the past, it's been, oh, it's just Marvel's version of Batman. No big deal. It's kind of always been a dismissed character. Or we just have the Moon Knight memes that people know about, you know,
Right.
Dracula and all those things.
Where's
right?
my goddamn money,
Yeah.
Dracula?
So he's kind of been this joke character for those who aren't in the know, who aren't Robert Meyer Burnett, right? But when you see that trailer, man, do you not walk away from that being like, oh, it's a poor man's Batman. This looks so
Yeah.
cool. There is mysticism. There is intrigue. We've got some historical kind of hoodoo-y kind of things happening right now too. And we've got Oscar Isaac. And I think the fact that he signed on for this is really what's selling it. He is such an incredible performer. All of the clips he's been releasing too of his stunt work and all
Yes.
the training for it. I mean, that got me hyped before the trailer. I think this is just something that seems so unlike what Marvel's given us that we are just really, really foaming at the mouth for it.
Especially when you're talking about unlike what they've given us on Disney Plus so far.
Exactly.
So this looks kind of unique. Anyway, Aaron, as somebody who has, I'll say it, a Moon Knight historian. As a Moon Knight historian, but no, honestly, as an average, when it comes to this type of material, as the average fan, what has your response and reaction been to seeing, you know, the Moon Knight trailer itself, and what do you attribute like this kind of overwhelming response to it?
Yeah, I mean, you got that right. Historian is true. I mean, I remember when I first heard that there was a show called WandaVision, I was like, what a dumb name for a show. That doesn't even make any sense. And then I found out it's because it's starring 2 people called Wanda and Vision. Oh, there you go.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Please do.
My favorite WandaVision story involving you is.
Oh, no. I don't even know what this is.
Oh, I think you'll figure it out. This is one of my favorite things ever.
Oh, Lord.
So Aaron and Tom are watching WandaVision, just like everybody, as the episodes are dropping, right? And you know how every episode of WandaVision was taking... Now you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Jesus.
Every episode of WandaVision was taking on like a different era and kind of TV show that it would then do. So Aaron and Tom are sitting down to watch WandaVision.
And it was the scene that was very dramatic in which Agatha was, you know, burning the witches.
So they notice everything's in Spanish. And Aaron assumes, oh, wow, this week's homage to television is like the telenovela.
Uh-huh.
And they watch the whole show in Spanish.
And it was amazing. It was amazing. If you watch that episode, it's so dramatic. And they're all saying these things that are so passionate and exciting.
And so I'm talking to her afterwards, and she's like, oh, yeah, so like the whole thing is Spanish. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's just well,
No,
this
no,
one
no, no.
like
It was not that episode. So we sit down to watch the next episode.
Oh, that yes.
And it's still in Spanish. And Tom goes, I'm not gonna lie, like it was cool for one episode, but I really
Why are
feel
they
like
doing
they're
it for
playing
two?
this telenovela thing a little too hard. And I go, yeah, I don't really get it. Why are they carrying over this theme? And then then he stops and he goes, hold on. And he looks up at the captioning and he goes, oh Jesus. Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. How
So
precious.
yeah, this
What a
doesn't.
precious moment.
We had
Yeah.
it set to Spanish.
That's so cute.
We had our television set on Spanish.
Sorry, I interrupted your thought, but I just thought that's the best story.
It is. Yeah, that was great.
So please continue.
Going back to Moon Knight, first of all, yes, Oscar Isaac is a brilliant actor. If we're talking about those actors that are more than capable and those actors who can be many different things and wear many hats, we've seen him in Dune, we've seen him in Star Wars, and then he goes over and he does, scenes from A Marriage where there's no crazy costumes and there's no big epic tales. It's literally just two people being real. And so a good Juilliard actor, he's come a long way from his roots as pool boy in 1996 on some random movie of the week that has a very similar poster to Batman. But Oscar Isaac has really solidified himself as a brilliant actor who has continued to put out great projects. So now he's a name that really a lot of people are familiar with, even if they can't necessarily say, oh, I know Oscar Isaac from this. People have heard his name and they just associate him with being a talented actor. And that is really what I think we're seeing in that trailer, because you're right. We don't see the actual Moon Knight except for a second and a half. But what we do see is the terror and the pain and the anxiety and the horror of this person going through an experience where they're questioning their own reality. And we, as the viewers, are also questioning what we are seeing. We're like, wait, did I just see that? Or did I just imagine that? And I think right now, for some reason, a lot of audiences are being drawn to that. We're being drawn to really damaged people that are just trying to hold their shit together. I mean, even Ted Lasso, that howdy doody motherfucker, he's still a functional alcoholic who has panic attacks, And so I think that there's something happening right now. Maybe it's the global trauma that we've all been living through, but we're really interested in watching people who are just trying to hold it together. And I think that this Moon Knight character is the mask that we all wear when we go out in the world, just trying to hold together our trauma and keep from breaking down in the middle of a YouTube show, because you just can't keep it together.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, I think what you're pointing out is so true, because I think a lot of people actually find themselves relating more to these characters.
Yeah.
Like the Ted Lasso's made, like the characters who actually have issues, like, because for a lot of us, we see these characters on television. Like I have nothing in common with Dwayne The
Right.
Rock Johnson and Hobbs and Shaw. There is
I
nothing
do.
that can you do. There is nothing that connects me with Dwayne The Rock Johnson in that. But like, you see struggles of Ted Lasso, or even something going to a hyperbole level, the struggles of Oscar Isaac's character in Moon Knight. There's something there for that.
Yeah.
This trailer, I think this thing got three things going for it. First of all, Marvel, obviously. It's not slowing down, right?
Yeah.
The second thing is you have he's just really getting popular right now. Oscar Isaac, never taking on a superhero role, and people are just interested.
Well,
to see.
he was Apocalypse.
Oh yeah,
in
I mean,
that- in that
but in
train wreck
the
of
okay,
Apocalypse
yeah,
movie.
you're
We
right.
don't have to talk about
But in the
that.
MC,
No, let's talk about
in
that.
MCU,
Yeah.
and then the last thing is that no one knows about this character.
Yeah, so there's an
it's
intrigue
bringing
there.
yeah, so
Yeah, and he can really create his own thing. Like there's no,
Yeah.
we're always going to, I mean, as exciting as it is to have the Batman coming out, there's always other Batmans to compare it to. There's always going to be that
That's true.
comparison. Whereas there is no other Moon Knight.
And it's
he is
Egypt.
creating it.
It's Egypt, baby, the pyramids. I love pyramids. I have no
I do
idea what
too.
they're
Pyramids
there.
in the moon.
I love. We used to stay.
What if they find a pyramid on the moon in Moonfall?
We used to stay at Luxor, that hotel, so much.
And whenever we drive by it in Vegas, Ann always talks about
We
that.
used to go. My parents used to go there every weekend, right? It got to the point where we went there so much, I actually had a girlfriend up there. Like I actually started dating someone.
Yeah.
But we went there so much, instead of being excited of going to Vegas, I would just stay in the room the whole time, watch TV, and order room service. That's it.
I don't
sounds
know why.
amazing.
Like, 'cause you know how everyone's excited. Let's go around. Let's go around. It got to the point where I was like, oh, we're going again. Okay, let's go.
So you went to the Luxor specifically because it is such an accurate representation of what life is like in Egypt.
In
Oh
Egyptian
yeah.
culture,
At
yes.
the time, it was the coolest looking hotel there. I thought.
It was. Well, it still has that beam of light
Yeah.
that I can't remember how much it costs in electricity they say every
But you
day.
only get to experience it from the outside.
Yeah.
Once you're inside,
That's why you
you
stay
don't.
at
Although I will say,
Excalibur.
when you do go into Luxor, it is pretty cool being inside that structure because you see all the way to the top. The whole thing is shaped
Oh,
like
cool.
that.
I know, that's
and I've
so
never
scary.
really been in a structure like that. It's actually pretty cool.
You know
being
what
in
else
there.
is a cool hotel? Caesar's Palace, which is where we're all going to be staying when we go this year for CinemaCon.
Oh, I didn't tell you that?
That's where we stay?
Oh, yeah, we stayed at Caesar's Palace.
I've already
Yes.
told Tom. I'm
Off track, guys. We're getting off track, guys. Come on. We're getting off track.
sorry, I thought this was a show
I
about
gotta
it.
cut these. I gotta cut these later.
Okay. So anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this whole idea that Moon Knight got like 75 million views, only topped by another MCU show that happened to drop its trailer during the Super Bowl? I mean, almost doubling people who watched the Hawkeye trailer, like for a character we've never even heard of. What are your guys' thoughts on that? What do you think attributes to it? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.